everybody, welcome to another game of War Machine. I am Lightem'up. I got a game here between Cygnar and Retribution again. This will be a rematch of last week's game. You'll notice it's going to be on the exact same table. We are playing a different scenario, and we're playing two different lists. So this week, my buddy brought his Retribution with Elara Death's Shadow, or Elara 2. Pretty much a dude spam list. He's got 3 maximum units, Nyss Hunters, Dawnguard Sentinels with the command attachment, and Houseguard Halberdiers with the command attachment. So we will see how that goes. He's only bringing Imperatus and proxied Chimera for his battle group, and then 2 Arcanists with a Houseguard Thane and a Lys Healer. Alright, so on to my game. My list. I am playing Cygnar again this week. This is going to be a Jeremiah Kraye list. He was my absolute favorite caster in Mark II, and I loved playing him. I played him in theme all the time for his Mark II theme force. This time I am bringing him out of theme. I wanted to bring a couple of the solos that I think he might like to have help with, since he has some issues punching through some armor. So I brought Gorman di Wulfe for not only defense debuff, but also rust, so he can do control with that. Ragman for the armor debuff, obviously, and then Eiryss 2, keeping some jacks disrupted and doing, if she can, get some witch hunter shots off. But this is my standard starting Kraye list. I like it. I've played it a couple times, and I've liked it every time I've played it. And it basically focuses on the Centurions being unchargeable, and then the Stormclad and the Defender doing some work at range, utilizing the reposition 5 that Kraye gives all of his jacks to get some work in early before having to commit with the Centurions and Stormclad into melee. I wasn't sure how it was going to do into a 30 infantry list counter, but I guess we will see how it goes. Using the pursuit spell, if you can get it off, really helps, and we will see how that goes in this game. So on to my game. I've got first turn on my side, so I won the roll and decided to go ahead and go first. You'll notice this is the exact same table as last time. I've got that nice force there that Kraye can play games with behind. His jacks don't have Pathfinder unless he casts the spell, but I don't think he really cares about it. I did cast it this turn. He doesn't care if his jacks move 5 inches or 2.5 inches. Either way, it's the same thing for him. If they're in the forest. And then he always has Pathfinder, so he doesn't really care. But I did cast that spell this turn. Get all my jacks up in the forest there. Kept them... get all my heavies into the forest except for the Stormclad. He's over there protecting the zone. Both Centurions have their polarity field up. They put the polarity field and then trample forward. Oh, actually, no, they didn't put up polarity field this turn. They just trample forward and then reposition 5 forward, because that actually gets you further than them running. And then the two of my Merc solos went behind the crates at the bottom, and Eiryss is over by my Centurion in front of Kraye, hiding up there in the top there. My opponent here is just running his first turn. He's getting those Nyss Hunters up on his zone there at the bottom, and then he's got the Dawnguard Sentinels at the top with their command attachment. They're going to be a pain in the butt to deal with since they've got their Vengeance, and they get extra armor when they're base to base, and then they have their mini feat, which gives them additional armor. But mainly it's the fact that they have Vengeance and Weapon Master. That's what makes them an issue. So we will see how I can deal with that this game. He's running them around that rubble for the most part, and I think it's just the standard bearer that ran into the rubble. I can't quite tell. Then the Houseguard Halberdiers, they did a shield wall march order from the marching up like 8 inches or whatever, and reforming, going for a total of 11-inch walk up the board with his Halberdiers in the center there. On to my turn. This is going to be my engage with guns and then reposition backwards turn. So the hope is to try to take off a few of his guys, blunt that front strike, put the Centurions up front out of charge range of the Sentinels. I'm sorry, out of walking threat range of the Sentinels. I'm not really too concerned about the Halberdiers charging into the Centurions because Armor 21 doesn't really care about the Halbs just walking threat range. Not going to do an awful lot of damage to them. And then the Nyss are too far away for me to have to worry about them charging. And if the defenders or Centurions up there, they can't get charged anyway. So since this particular Retribution caster does not have TK, Kraye likes it a lot better because his Centurions don't just get turned around and charged in the butt. You see right now Kraye is moving up front. Eiryss had already killed one of the Sentinels, so triggering Vengeance. Kraye went up and put Pursuit up on another one, and then shot one with his shot one or two of them with his gun to kill another one or so. And then my Stormclad went and he shot and killed one with his gun and repositioned behind the objective. So so far so good. Sorry, the Stormclad went up and did that. I'm not sure if I said. The Centurion, he just walked up, put a polarity field, and repositioned backwards a little bit to give Kraye some protection, just in case. And the other Centurion moved over to the side to deal with the Nyss hunters and set himself up to be able to charge the objective next turn if I can clear a path. Right there, that was Gorman throwing an acid bomb, trying to kill off a couple of the Nyss hunters. Didn't work. So instead, the charger went over and shot off two of them. So a couple of Nyss hunters died, a couple of the Dawnguards died, and then on to my opponent's turn. He does his Vengeance moves. Vengeance will not proc Pursuit, because in Mark 3, I don't know if how it was in Mark 2, I can't remember, but in Mark 3, Pursuit only activates on the unit's activations movements. So normal movement, charge, repositions, sidesteps, anything like that, but nothing out of activation. This turn, I believe he is going to be setting up for his feet turn. I cannot remember. He doesn't have an awful lot of things that he can charge. I think I missed it. Ragman attempted to Bone Shaker to kill two of the Nyss hunters and ended up missing his Bone Shaker attack, but that happens. He's hiding back there with Gorman behind the crates. Right now he's checking to see if he can get line of sight to Kraye with his halbs. Fortunately, I put him far enough behind that forest so he will not be able to see into Kraye. So instead, the halbs are going to have to either charge the defender or just walk up and attempt to take another round of shooting and stabbing. Yeah, there goes down his feat, so that is Elara's feat going down. I believe it gives everyone boundless charge, allows the jacks to charge for free, and I think that is all it does. Boundless charge giving people, or it gives them ghostly as well. So they will be able to ignore that rough terrain. And here comes the Sentinels. So the Dawnguards go ahead and they charge into, 4 of them into my objective. One of them charges into the Stormclad. And then after the unit gets done with their movements, the Stormclad takes the Pursuit move off of Kraye and just walks right behind that hedge out of the 2-inch melee of any of the Dawnguards. So the Dawnguards are able to get enough shots into the objective, and that will be 1-0 on Retribution side, going up to 1 by killing the objective. And then we're on to the Nyss hunters. You'll see one of them charges into Ragman. Gonna get a couple charges into the charger. I believe one into the charger and 1 into Gorman. And then the rest just ran with 3 of them tying up my Centurion to try to keep him from getting to the objective next turn. I don't know why. Oh, the charger has the dodge spell up from Kraye on him. I forgot to say that. So yeah, the charger is sitting at defense 15 because he has bullet dodge up on him. So the Nyss hunter that missed him allowed the charger to dodge out of the way, which was good for me. Now we've got the Halberdiers going up. A few of them took attacks, didn't really do anything, so then he just went ahead and repositioned to be annoying. Locked down that Centurion a little bit more, and I think he was able to engage the defender with 1 of his guys. And then he goes ahead and contests his zone on the corner there with, I believe, the Houseguard Thane. And then we're on to my turn 3. So this will be my first attempt, my first opportunity to score. The goal for this turn is clear out the Nyss hunters, send my Centurion into the objective to destroy it. Probably end up feeding this turn so that the Centurion doesn't need too much focus to do that. Hopefully still be able to pop Polarity Field. Right now that was Arlen going. Arlen sprayed down 3 of the Nyss hunters and because he was aiming, was able to actually kill all 3 of them. He did not give out any focus, obviously, this turn. Kraye gave the focus to the Centurion, and Kraye is just sitting on, I believe, 2 or 3 focus right now. So Gorman was able to throw an acid bomb and kill off the other remaining Nyss hunters and Halbs that were engaging the Centurion, except for, I believe, one of them, but I don't think I'm going to matter taking 1 gunshot. The Charger moved up and did a double boosted shot to take out the Houseguard Thane so that he will not have any other models contesting the zone other than the objective. Right now we've got, I believe, the Defender. Yep, there goes the Defender going. And I think he just puts a shot into Imperatus to start getting some chip damage onto Imperatus. Repositions to be back fully inside the forest. And then Kraye activates, and Kraye goes ahead, and he does pop his feet so that his Centurion can charge the objective without spending any focus, and get additional movement on the charge. And then he walks up, kills a couple of Halbs, and thanks to having native parry, walks backwards out of the Halb's range, even though he has no focus, and he's sitting comfortably behind his second Centurion. Right now we've got the first Centurion going up, charges into the objective, all the way up to it, and after 2 or 3 swings ends up using all of his focus, takes out that objective. So then that Centurion repositions to be facing the Imperatus, even though he didn't have any focus to put up Polarity Field. It's still better to take the charge head on, but he will also control that zone for another control point at the end of this turn. Up on my zone, it's time to try to clear my zone. If I can clear my zone this turn, Kraye is in position to be dominating it. So I couldn't get up to 3 if I can manage to clear it. It's going to be difficult. Right now the Stormclad just went, and Stormclad is going right now, and he's going to see. I was trying to see who I needed to hit to get as many Electroleaps as possible, and it ended up not being able to kill all of them. Electroleaps didn't do enough damage, and then sometimes it went to. Okay, the Electroleaps didn't do enough damage, so. It'll be a couple of Dawnguard still being annoying. To protect me, though, I send Eiryss up, and she disrupts Imperatus, so that at least he won't be able to fully load him up and do a empowered, or whatever they call the thing that. And there's my second control point. Sorry, so Imperatus won't be able to get the focus from Elara, and then won't be able to get the plus damage that the Arcanist can give him. So the Sentinels go in, you see that they're doing a little bit of damage. They ended up doing about half the damage to the Stormclad, but did not take out any of his systems on their vengeance swings. And right now we're measuring out some ranges here. I believe Imperatus is gaining focus from the Arcanist now, so he goes ahead and gives 2 focus to Imperatus. Elara casts Boundless Charge onto Imperatus and then moves into the zone, hiding behind that crates, those box of that wall of crates. And then Imperatus is going to charge into the Centurion since he didn't have Polarity Field up. Fortunately, he's only hitting at, I believe, Power and Strength 17 currently because he was unable to get the +2 damage from the Arcanist onto him, so he's at dice off 5, or dice off 4. I believe he's dice off 4 against that. Actually that Centurion may have Arcane Shield, so he might be dice off like 7 or something. Yeah, so did not do very much damage at all. I don't think he did like 3 or 5 damage, something like that, to him overall, and put him on fire. Other than that, he moves around with his Halbs to get into some annoying positions. Ends up getting a charge order with him. Charges 4 of them into my defender. Here comes the fourth one now, just making sure he's not going to take a free strike from the Centurion. So he charges 4 guys into my defender and a couple guys into the charger. And I think 1 into Gorman actually. Ends up doing significant damage to the defender with the first swing. Takes out half of them with the second swing, and then third swing does as much, and then the fourth swing leaves him on 2 damage, and then he's able to just get some, I think actually the last swing killed him off. Yep. So there it goes. The last swing killed off my defender, but he missed his swings on my charger. Other than that, the other ones went into the zone to annoy the zone, and then the proxied Chimera goes up and tows the zone to kind of keep me from clearing that zone out as well. And we're back on to my turn. Alright, so if I can just clear my zone, my Centurion at the bottom of the screen is out of control range, so I don't really care about him. He's doing his job down there, being a beat stick, keeping that zone contested. He's still got a ton of hit points left. He looks like he does have Arcane Shield on him, so right now the goal is to clear my zone and try to get that scenario game going, go up to 3 points. Currently, you see that was Arlen Strangeways. He sprayed again, so that will be 2 sprays this game that Arlen did. Was able to kill off 2 of the Halberdiers. I think Junior shot down another one, and then the Charger went up and killed a couple more, or 1 more, with his hammer, actually. Moved Eiryss up to finish off the last of the Halbs that was engaging Gorman, and then I was going to try to blind Imperatus with Gorman. So that was the idea. We'll be doing that in a minute. But right now the Stormclad goes up, and this is Operation Continue the Scenario Pressure. And the Stormclad is just chopping fools down with that Power 19 sword. I loaded him up with focus so that he could get as many chops as possible. Electroleap's killing people off, and then repositions out of the way. Kraye moves up to kill one of the Halberdiers that is engaging my Centurion, so that the Centurion can go up and can beat on the Chimera. The Centurion is also fully loaded, and the other Halberdier is not in the zone. So with 1 focus to spare, the Centurion kills off the Chimera. At that point, Gorman throws a Black Oil, misses Imperatus, gets a good drift so that he only blinds Imperatus. And that will be the end of that turn. Oh, no, sorry, I did take some swings with my Centurion into Imperatus just to do a couple points of chip damage, basically. I haven't really done an awful lot of damage to Imperatus, but that will end my turn, and I will go to 3-0. I'm sorry, 3-1. My bad. Opponent's 3-1. So yeah, 3-1 Cygnar. At this point, my opponent is looking at his options. He doesn't see an awful lot. I mean, he could push my Centurion out of the zone and go to 2 control points, but he doesn't really have enough that can contest my zone, and he definitely can't get anything over to kill me. So he just goes ahead and concedes, and this is going to be a Cygnar victory. Playing through, I've played a couple games of Kraye so far, Mark III. At first when it came out, I thought they had destroyed him, and I still think they didn't. I think they hit him quite a bit more than necessary. He was not a hugely powerful caster in Mark II, and I think the new edition change, they unfairly treated him, honestly. But he is still very powerful. He may not be the top 2, top 3 casters in Cygnar, but he's definitely viable, and I look forward to playing him some more. I believe I'll be taking Scorn to Adepticon. So if you guys are going to be going to Adepticon, you'll see me up there with my brand new, nicely painted Mammoth. And I'll be rocking some Scorn. I haven't decided on my pairings yet. And then after Adepticon, I might switch back to Cygnar just to play Cygnar at the next major event I go to, which will probably be MuseCon. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and check me out on Facebook. I will see you all later. Have a good day.